Hi Scorpio, come on in, have a seat if you'd like a little symbolic support. For a scroll and a scry in the threshold between November and December. Here is your scroll made in your name and essence if you'd like to take a screenshot. So you can scry for your own shapes and symbols that speak to your psyche and psychic senses. Scorpio, when you're ready, you're welcome to join me to close the eyes, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. Scorpio, when you're ready, thank you for holding space for me to share my insights. Feel free to comment below or again scry to see, sense, and feel for yourself. Scorpio, I don't know if I'm like looking at a bunch of bear claws or something really old. Redheaded woman. You know the character in the Alice in Wonderlands, the new ones or newer ones with Tim Burton. I think made by Tim Burton. Is it the Mad Hatter? Yes. Okay, so I think it's like the Johnny Depp character, but he has like crazy red hair. Could also have somebody with crazy red hair. And the ink transformed. I don't know if it's going to move through, but in here, right on the sides there, I can see two faces. Like Mad Hatter style. Scorpio, is she going through something? Something old. Sorry about the crazy hair. I was out and about with my wood and my birds. I'm also seeing massive turtles. I don't even know what kind of turtles they are, but they're old, and they're big. Like I'm out in the ocean. Maybe they're tortoises, more specifically, and they are just these massive floating rocks. They're trying to come towards you, is how I'm feeling. They're trying to... So amongst like these bear claws, like... Again, so I'm trying to be very compassionate that maybe you've been through something or feel like you've been marked or you've been the marker versus the marquee. I don't know. But there's something about like that Mad Hatter vibe. There's just something... Okay, so I'm also seeing like a Sherlock Holmes. They're looking at something like a reporter. It's a reporter. So it's not Sherlock Holmes. It's like an old school reporter. I'm actually seeing a comic, but I think it was like from back in the 80s. Anyway, there's a reporter. I don't know if you're going to be talking to somebody soon, or maybe you already have been about this, about your story. It's like they can help you understand something. Maybe it's like therapy, and it just the way your mind sees them is that they're like taking down your story so that you can verbalize this the Mad Hatter thing. But I'm not going to lie, Scorps, it feels just misunderstood, perhaps even by you. I'm now seeing manatees, which I believe are the sea cows. They're so gentle. Again, very large. And they're trying to come towards you. They're trying to come towards you. It feels very loving, but and they're all coming in like what I feel like is the throat. So something about speech, like the tortoise and this manatee Scorps, like it just feels like I'm in an aquarium that's not scary. But they're very big. I was going to say mammals because but I feel very calm. So maybe talking to somebody who you can kind of, talk it out in your Mad Hatter vibes. Maybe it's just a plethora of ideas or maybe it's a healing that you're going through with these bear claws. Like maybe you feel like you've been through something that left scars. And a great way is to help talk it out to somebody who can put the clues together, because you're giving them information. They can like talk back to you in the clues. Okay. All right. I see somebody blow drying their hair. And Mary Poppins umbrella, like if it was leaning. If that symbology means anything to anyone. Like the Mary Poppins, maybe of a caregiver growing up, or medicine, something along that lines. I feel like something hasn't worked out. If there was something, Scorps, that you were doing, and I don't mean not worked out in well, it could be a disappointment. Who am I? It's like maybe you're trying different things to find understanding. And there just it might have been something that you were doing, taken, like maybe you were, drinking too much or smoking too much or whatever, just something. And it's like the medicine's not working, because it's actually not. It's like a coping thing. But I get it. It's like I can feel the compassion. I get it. Okay, I'm being asked to come down here as well. Oh, you got big muscles, big biceps. Like, I don't think you give yourself a whole lot of credit for how strong you are, Scorpios. Like, the shit you've been through, like, I don't think you give yourself enough credit. It's how I'm feeling. It's how I'm sensing it. It's like you've got these big biceps, and yet I don't know. I don't know if you just don't give yourself enough credit is how I'm feeling. Like, you're so strong, so strong. So strong. But is there softness? There's also, can you strengthen the softness is how I'm feeling. I'm seeing a chocolate raccoon. Interesting. Like it's like Easter time and you get a chocolate bunny, and I'm seeing like a chocolate raccoon. So if anyone robbed you of something, or mischievous, just mischievous. Now, I thoroughly enjoy raccoons. I feel like they're misunderstood. Isn't that interesting? I'm going to leave that there. And I'm also seeing two, I'm going to say blind baby alligators. And I say blind because it's like their eyes aren't open yet. Yeah, their eyes aren't open yet. But they're hungry for something. And something about spirit, like they're hungry for spirit. There might be a part of you, Scorpios, that's simply transforming. Maybe from when you were a young age, there was something you needed, wanted, desired, and maybe felt like it wasn't provided, like the raccoon, like it was robbed from you, like a birthright or something. And what you've been through to realize that or claim it without, I feel like I want to say without having to place blame. Because I almost feel like placing the blame is like another bear claw, right? It's another bear claw. It's another Scorpio sting. But it's to you. Okay, so sweet. These feathery doves are trying to come into your strength and that softness to bring about a sense of peace. So Scorpios, this is what I feel like it's coming into as I'm like diving deeper and deeper and deeper, because you're so strong. Like there's so like the scorpion shell, like I'm seeing like plates. I don't actually know what anything is made of in real life, but I'm seeing it like plates. And you've got a lot of plates. But there's something about letting love in, and it starts with you. Some sort of balancing of not only what may have hurt or what was heavy, but see how there's space between them. But it's also like measuring the light. It's also about measuring the light stuff. The spaces between the moments between the hurts or resentments or the pain, the moments of peace, and kind of balancing them out. I'm going to flip it here and I'll show you these cards that came through. Cosmic Blueprint, Ace of Airships, and Six of Leviathans. Yes, Scorpios. I'm seeing the robot from the Jetsons. She was like the housekeeper. I can't remember her name. She just stood out in your ink blot. And she's like a robot, like, can I help you, Mrs. Jetson? Whatever their names were. Cosmic Blueprint. If something from those baby alligators, like you're born an old soul, but it's like somehow part of you is blind or something was taken from you, a particular kind of sight. Okay, so I keep hearing, instead of looking for blame to validate something, you know it. There is something about your energy that is important. And if somebody spiritually, or a person, place, or thing in any form tried to take away your sight, it is being regained through the whole spectrum of your sight. But it's almost like when we were down here, like, weigh it out to release it so that it can come in. Like if you're resonating with this story, and I'm not going to lie, it's a tough one, but it feels like the ultimate hero's journey. It feels like a movie of sorts, of saying this was taken from you at birth. But if it was taken, it's because it's important. So do you realize how important you are? That's what I want to say. Like, do you realize how important you are? Do you realize how strong you already are? It's not about is it vindication? I don't know. Is it vindication? Vengeance, maybe? I feel like that mentality holds you down in a tunnel where it's almost like I can hear, again, if these bear claws, if you feel marked, it's like, yes, they're just focusing on this, so they're not seeing all of this. They still have your sight, whatever that means to you, right? And if at some point in time I just feel like Scorpios, all those bear claws like tear open, I'm seeing that Star Wars and maybe it's Han Solo, I don't know, comes out of all the rock or something and breaks through, and it's like, no, I'm going to take a big old breath and I'm going to release this imprisonment of my perspective. That's what it feels, this imprisonment of my perspective. And you're going to come out bigger and better and brighter. Right to the Six of Leviathans. Like, look at that. Storybook ending. Did it work? Oh, okay, well, I do try. And even this vessel that they're in, I don't know what it is, but that's fine. And then like clockwork, things start moving. I can hear like tick, 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 tick. As soon as this breakthrough of perspective, personal, professional, maybe it's a block in your career, and I really want this job, or they have me working here, and somebody else may be threatened by you. They might be threatened by you because you're very intelligent, intuitive, and strong, and you're sharp. You're freaking sharp-witted. So somebody else who's in a different position is like, well, let's put them over here because, I think it'd be great. And really, it's like, well, you're good at a lot of things, Scorpio. So why would anyone disagree? But really, and they know that you want to be over here, but they're keeping you focused over here, happy or not, but you're focused over here because then you're less of a threat to them while they're actually working over there. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like this is, like a complicated movie. Scorpios are figuring it out. It's like if you felt Scorpios, you're marked for madness at some point in time or in something that you may be going through. You're turning this around and going, oh, thank you, because I'm actually marked for friggin' magic. And how you're going to release that magic and perform that magic through your perspective, because it feels all sight oriented. You're going to like clean your own house first and get your lava lamp of love lit up. And you're going to move it through the mundane. And I mean the mundane like the material world. Move, like almost transform your entire life over it. All right, we're going to add on some oracle cards for Scorpio. Rock bottom. Okay, so I don't mean to be, I'm not here, if you're not resonating, you probably left long ago, but if you are here, Scorpio, it's some facet, in some point of your perspective. Maybe you just even feel defeated. Oh, you're looking at your whole map. Again, you can't blame those. I feel like blame is a waste of your time. Your knowing is enough. You may have a confidant, mentor, therapist, somebody that you're going to speak to help get it off your chest and while you're navigating it, but it's like confidential, right? Unless you decide to like write a book about something. And then you'll share that with others. And it's interesting that like Mary Poppins and the Judy Jetson, maybe it is Judy Jetson. No, the robot cleaner's name came through. And so there's something about house cleaning, but also the figure of like a caregiver. Maybe that's you. Maybe it's just all too much. And you got to go through and say, okay, I can't do all of this. I'm strong, but I can't be strong for others that are actually distracting me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we're closing out here for Scorpio. We've gone from rock bottom to this one ring circus, and contrary to the lighting, it does say that. One ring circus, rock bottom, wide open, to the Golden Palace. Scorpios, though this may be tough love, which I think you give to yourself anyway, if I'm being completely honest, you're tough. But you are grabbing hold like sharp winged gargoyles of anything that is dimming your love for life. Like you're just picking them up. I'm seeing those like flying monkeys from The Wizard of Oz, and even though they're working for the Wicked Witch, but I'm going to spin it for the positive here because that's what it feels like, that you're just going to pick things up and take them and remove them. It might be a little harsh sometimes, but it's not your intention. It's just simply, if you've been taken advantage of, or if your story, your sight, your perspective has been limited by other people, places, or things, enough. This wide open is asking to be met with your whole energy, your whole blimp of being. Feel lighter. Just feel lighter. Yes, you are sharp and strong, but you're allowed to feel light. And I don't mean to say that like, oh, you're allowed, but some sort of permission in your own perspective to say, yeah, spread out, wide open. Move away from this one ring circus that you think is, or somebody sold you is is part of your blueprint. Maybe work, or maybe it's been in romance or just personal stuff, and it just seems to be ongoing, circus-like. You're wide open to it now. And I can't stress it enough for this happy ending here, Scorpios. Golden Palace, 6 of Leviathians. It's there. It's there. The Golden Palace may be hidden right now behind rubbish and old roots. Perspective. You might have been building it all along and just waiting for the right moment to move into this new placement. Love for life. Glee. I just heard glee. All right, Scorpios. It's been my honor. I look forward to your Rorschach reading in December for December. It's been my honor. And until next time, thank you for scrying with me.